So I've been watching YouTube videos since 2008, and ever since 2012 and up, it's been getting worse over time. I remember back in the day when you walked in YouTube's site, you would basically have their front page with a bunch of tabs associated with different channels. You'd have Guru tab, and anyone that selected their channel as Guru, their channel would be under that tab. You would have gamers, they had it selected on that tab, they'd be under the category of gamers. If they were selected as comedian or musician, they would have it. Well, you get the point. And so YouTube decided, at least from my knowledge of what I see, they removed that tab, so all you have is your subscriptions, your history, and trending. Why they would have trending? Well, because the videos that make them more money, if you click on it and watch it without ad block, of course you'll give them more money from that. So they figured, fuck everything else. Take all the gurus and musicians and remove all that shit and just had a trending so we can make more money. And speaking of money, the YouTubers too. You have YouTubers that do a lot of things that are money hungry. For starters, they like to put their ads in the front of the video or in the middle of it. So when you're watching it and you have ad block like I do, you'll be stuck with an in-video ad. So you'll basically have to listen to it unless you know what points to skip, which is what I do most of the time. Another money hungry thing that a lot of YouTubers like to do is add their Patreon account in a mention or in the description. And if you don't know what I mean, usually at the end of the video or at the beginning they'll say support their Patreon. And it's sad because back in the day there was like a lot of YouTubers out there, Durden77, Ultraneco, Cyberon48. I could just go on, all the YouTubers that used to just be realistic people without trying to be a cartoon character. Because you know, most people these days gotta have some avatar, cartoon character. They gotta have a good fellow type of voice and character. And I'm not gonna exactly hate a person for having that type of channel or personality, but I just think it's so overrated. You don't get the people that are just in with the world these days, people that are real people, you know. So YouTube has gone downhill. You have people that have Patreon. Almost everybody has a fucking Patreon. They gotta mention that. Then they gotta put ads in the video that you can't skip unless you want to miss the video. And then you have their sponsors, which you'll talk about: Loot Crate, G28 Games, anything that'll get them money that people are paying them for. And another thing that sucks is a lot of my favorite YouTubers, or should I say ex-favorite YouTubers, they like to basically have live streams, because what live streams do is they have people watching it live, and of course when someone donates money to them, I don't know if it's through PayPal or anything because I usually don't pay attention that much, when it usually donate to the YouTuber will have the name pop up and they'll mention it. Sometimes YouTuber will even do sneaky stuff like they won't read the people's comments, but then when that one person donates and has a comment, they'll read that person that donated like $10 or something and ignore everyone else. And the only reason why they do that live stream is because they know that if people see the donations coming up, then they're going to want to donate and more money for the YouTubers. And this is going to be my last video on YouTube, but honestly I'm just getting tired of it. I don't care anymore. It's like everyone's only in it for the money. You don't get incredible single player video games like you used to. Now it's mostly multiplayer, so you can't hack it and put infinite money or whatever. Because if you do, you get banned, because most of the time the new games are multiplayer mostly, and you have to pay for those microtransaction loot boxes or whatever. And that's worried me because the new Red Dead Redemption 2 is most likely going to be affected by this, when the first one, Red Dead Redemption, was not affected by it at all. Sure, you had layers and cheats and legends and killers, but those were added to single player and it carried on the multiplayer regardless. So if you bought it, you would have it. Even if your power went out, your internet went out, you had to go to a hotel with no internet, whatever, you would still have that DLC along in that single player game with a full open world. And now Take-Two, EA, which we already know what happened there, they really don't care. They just want the money, and if gaming goes down, oh well, gaming goes down. I have a feeling that Rockstar Games is so rich, they don't even give a fuck if they go under. if their company fails, they pretty much have enough to last them until they die plus more. So you really think they care? Along with YouTube, pretty sure the CEO of Google don't even care. YouTube falls under. Like I said, whatever happens, happens. People pick their own graves when they pick their own decisions.